Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the PivotBoss pre-market video for Tuesday, July 10th, 2018. I am Frank Ochoa, aka PivotBoss. One quick news announcement here. Tomorrow morning will be the last pre-market report for the next 5 market days. I will be out of the country until next Wednesday, so tomorrow will be the next pre-market report, but after that I will not get another one out until middle of next week. But we did put out a monthly market outlook video and recording yesterday after our session. That was about 45 minutes to an hour, where we looked at the market from a broader perspective and also found a ton of great stock candidates as well. So please watch that recording, and hopefully it gives you some great candidates over the next week to 2 to 3 weeks heading into the end of July. Alright, let's take a look at the market here. The ES has finally reached that target that we put out from last Monday, basically, and that target is the 27.9175. Basically, that is the FOMC key level from June 13th. On that day right there, that was the day that I mentioned that was a strong rejection, and in most cases, after taking this offer and finding that last rejection, you usually see a move this way, and we got that. Nice 3 days strong up. We hit it here. We just hit the previous month's high, and that 2800 is clear resistance as well. So in the very near term here, we may have hit a short-term top. You can see 2800 across this way. We just have had no luck above that level ever since the end of January. And again, the trading range basically takes you from 2700 to 2800 right now. So if there's any rejection up at this edge, we could see a return right back toward 2700. Again, rejection may not come quickly. Last time it needed to stay up here 5 or 6 days before it started to make its way down. So we'll see how this continues to play out. But again, 2800 up here could be an area of short-term resistance that leads to a return to 2700. Above 2800 has clear air to about 2900. That could get traded through very easily once it decides to do it, but is it ready to now or later? We'll see. But again, above 2800 opens up another 100 up. Rejecting off that level opens up a return down to 2700. Alright, let's take a look now at the NQ. You can see the NQ also got a nice return trip off that rejection that we called out the prior Monday. Basically, that led to a solid move higher. There was a close below the midpoint. Again, that was kind of that period heading into the holiday shortened 4th of July week. And again, eventually we got the squeeze right where we thought we could, which is the 72.75, the FOMC key level. And now we're up here at recent highs, where again could be an opportunity for bears to defend or for bulls to take some profits. Again, we've been trending higher overall, but every time we get to a cycle high within the trend, we start to rotate down. So are we going to see a new high come into this zone and then rotate back down? Perhaps so. We continue to remain in this trend. We continue to trend higher. But overall, we're trying to see, does price get to 7,400? Does it see a little bit more before it turns down, or do we start turning down already? So right now, showing a little bit of strength here, but just starting to come to a point where we may begin to see the tide change to the other side. Still trending up, but maybe at a cycle or reaching a cycle high very shortly. Now looking at crude oil, you'll notice crude here has been building out, holding at highs. Again, on a 5-day range average, we are compressed. So again, that tells you right there that we could be looking at significant expansion at some point. So 5-day range average, well below the 65% threshold of average compression there. Basically, that right there suggests that we could be looking at a nice move soon. Now, bears have been defending the previous month's close. That's that white dotted line. You can see yesterday and even today still defending it. The problem is there's been failed new lows and higher highs and higher lows day over day. And so right now, all the bears that have been defending for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days now running are, they're at risk of having the upside buy stops run. So again, at some point here, we will likely see a nice little move out of this range. Failure to hold 72 could be significant, and that could open up the downside as low as 69. And again, above 75 could open the door as high as 80. So I mean, this is a significant range here. We'll continue to watch it, and overall hard to short crude right now, but below 72 could be significant. as downside sell stops are in that zone. Alright, looking at the YM now, you'll notice the YM has been very bullish here. It has returned to the 24,886 level. That's the level we talked about recently, where it could form some sort of resistance there after recent action. The edges are a little bit higher, right? The edge is a little out there. Those are the major zones right there. We've only gotten to 24K here on the upside, 25.5, and then now we're kind of in the middle of that zone here, which is the midpoint of the larger key range. So again, very difficult to find a true edge in this zone. The flow is clearly to the upside in the short term. The Dow has lagged overall, but yesterday really came through and had a huge day. So again, we could see a little bit more upside, but this is not the best zone here to do business. You really want to be out here at the edge trying to fade it, or down here at the edge trying to fade it. Right now we're right at the middle. Makes it a little difficult, but again, on this zone right here, 24.5, should price pull back to it, that could be a short-term buying opportunity for bulls looking to extend this move back to 25.3. So again, 24.5 could be a nice little bounce zone for a continuation higher. Lastly, taking a look at Bitcoin, XBT down 5% here this morning. Again, I mentioned 7K as being the big time level in the chart. You can see the LVN here. You can see kind of the 3-point reversal that's starting to develop, kind of an inverted head and shoulders pattern. We are down 5% here today, but still staying above the 62.50 here. So again, it's still developing. I still say that Bitcoin has an uphill battle overall anytime it's going higher, especially since December. So I'm not, betting the farm on this, but I think if price can get above 7K, you start to see a pretty quick move back toward 8,500, at least on a short-term basis. Otherwise, got to continue to let this thing build out until it can prove directional conviction. All right, that is it for now. Let's see how this plays out heading into the rest of the session. Good luck, trade well, and I'll see you soon.